Oh look, I finally review a North Face shoe. Do I like it? Watch. Ginger Runner. Hey, what's up everybody? Ethan Newberry here for another GingerRunner.com review. What's happening? Great. Today I am reviewing the North Face Hyper Track Guide. This is a newer model trail shoe from the North Face. This is actually the first North Face shoe that I've got a chance to review. I apologize, the shoe is so dirty. I've obviously run in it. I don't want to do a review with the spotless shoe that came straight out of the box. I put these through the test. I run miles and miles in them, and I have no shame in sharing the results. You're welcome. The North Face has a pretty substantial track record with all outdoor gear. All of their stuff is top-notch, top of the line, very expensive, lifetime guarantee type stuff. But they've been making trail shoes, both hiking and trail running, for quite some time. When I saw that they were coming out with a more minimal, more reduced trail shoe, I wanted to give it a shot. So this is the Hyper Track Guide, and I actually enjoy it. It has its faults, it has some of its shortcomings, which I hope that they'll fix in future iterations or future shoes that they're releasing, and it sounds like they might actually be doing that. But this shoe in particular is fun, so let me tell you why and how. Here we go. Things that I like about the North Face Hyper Track Guide. The shoe is flexible. It's very flexible, both that way and that way. You can twist it, you can turn it. The thing can bend and shape to the form of the rocks that you're running on, the terrain that you're running on. And as someone who's been running more and more trails of varying types and difficulties, I love that flexibility. I think it's really important. Protection, and I'm not talking protection on the sole, I'm talking protection on the upper. The upper is sewn together pretty sturdily. We have TPU welded seams all along the top. The upper is just solid. The toe guard, it almost feels like a rubber toe guard. So any sort of rocks or anything like that that are gonna get you in the front of the toes, you're gonna get protection. The mesh upper is a little bit thicker, but a plus side is that it does protect your foot from nooks, crannies, roots, sticks, rocks, alien warfare. Soft EVA midsole. So this gray layer and the blue layer are both fairly soft, and it actually provides a nice cushioned ride for being a shoe that has fairly low drop heights. I know it's an 8mm heel to toe drop, but that still provides you with enough cushion where you can actually feel a bit of the softness, which is great. I enjoy the seamless upper. The upper is TPU welded, as I mentioned before, and that creates a really nice, comfortable upper that doesn't bug you, even with or without socks. I don't know why you would go barefoot on trails. You guys are hardcore, but for those of you who wear socks, you won't even feel it. It's a really nice upper. Durable outsole. I think that the rubber pods, which are all the yellow parts here on the bottom of the sole, are very durable. I've put a number of miles on here, over 100 miles for sure, and I can still see some of the grid patterns on the bottom of the rubber. So that's good. That's good wear and tear, especially on rocky trails and technical terrain. I like the drop. It's an 8mm drop. It's a little on the high end for me, but for me, doing lots of trails and doing some pretty technical descents, that little extra millimeter or two in the heel for cushioning can definitely help. All the positives aside, there are a couple things that I dislike. The tongue fit system. So the North Face Hyper Track Guide is trying to be a lot like the Endo Fit system from Salomon, but unfortunately it just misses the mark pretty extensively. The Endo Fit system actually covers your entire forefoot all the way back to mid to upper laces. The North Face Hyper Track Guide has a similar system that only comes to about mid forefoot. Doesn't really make sense to me why they would even do that without covering your full foot. It's weird. The lacing and the narrowness. So the lacing on this shoe can be a little awkward as well. The forefoot is wide enough for my foot to splay and to spread, but the lacing system, I find that I have to really crank down on them to make this shoe tight and right. So it's not that the sizing of the shoe is off, it's that the upper, maybe the material width and length, maybe that's off. This is a big dislike, a lack of a rock guard. They may very well have a layer in this midsole that is a rock plate, but man, I cannot feel it. If you're running on some technical terrain, sharp rocks, you are gonna feel some of those big points push right on through the EVA. Since there is so much exposed EVA, which is all the blue part here on the bottom of the outsole, you're gonna feel those points and they're gonna hurt like a bitch. If you're running soft, groomed single track, it's awesome. A minor dislike, the squared off heel. So the heel on the back here is fairly squared off. You don't get a lot of the heel roll or any of that kind of stuff on the descents. It's something that I notice for sure. Even on the backside here, the heel feels really stiff and you feel that squared off design and it's a little uncomfortable. This is definitely an individual dislike. It might just be me and my running gait, but it's a bit of a sloppy ride. For me, I don't feel like it has quite a smooth transition. I don't feel like the toe off is really secure. It doesn't make for an impossible run. It's just not not the shoe that I'm gonna grab first in my closet for that trail run, but it might be second and third place. So that's it as far as likes and dislikes. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. I'm a big fan of the shoe. I think it's a solid performer. I know that North Face is working really hard with their ultra running team to create new and better products, so I'm really excited to see where this shoe goes. Let's just get on with the points. The quality of the shoe, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. It's a borderline 3 to 4 for me, but I'm gonna round up in this case. I haven't had any seams break. I haven't had any holes pop up in the upper or the mesh. It holds up really well. Comfort, I give it 3 out of 5. That was, again, between 3 and 4. This time I rounded down. The EVA is fine. I think it's comfortable, it's soft, but I don't think it contributes to a really amazing ride in the shoe itself. Having to crank down on the laces can cause discomfort, as well as that 4-foot fit system. Price, I have to give this 5 out of 5. Its retail value is $120 from NorthFace.com, but I have now seen it online for $60. $60 for the shoe is a fantastic deal. You can find older shoes for $60, older models, older versions, but this is the 2013 Hypertrack Guide from the North Face. For $60, you're getting a piece of North Face gear with boom. That's a good price. 5 out of 5. And finally, looks, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5. Again, I like the bright colors. I think it's pretty cool. So I dig it. I think it's a lot of fun. I marked it down because there's no fluorescence. So that brings our total to 16 out of 20, which is a really good score from me. I put things through the gauntlet. I like to test things really hard and be really harsh on them. So again, this is the North Face Hypertrack Guide. It is a good shoe. I definitely would recommend if you get a chance to try it on, maybe run some miles in it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you run in this shoe? Let me know. Have you run in any North Face shoes? Do you enjoy them? If you're Dean Karnassus, leave me a comment. Give me a shout out, Ultramarathon Man. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, please like and favorite it and share it with your friends. Be sure to subscribe to this channel at youtube.com/thegingerrunner. I'm on all the social networks, Twitter @thegingerrunner, Facebook, facebook.com/thegingerrunner, gingerrunner.com, Instagram @EthanNewberry, and of course, I'm probably right outside your house right now. That's not true. I'm not outside. I'm outside. Just go take a look. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys next week with more amazing Ginger Runner reviews. Huh? Don't forget, guys, train hard, race harder, party hardest. Train, race, beer. Huh?